Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Discussions with David. I have Marion Benier here, the founder of Freshline Skis. He's the CEO of that. Very passionate about skiing, so he has something he wants to have a discussion with me and you all about. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to hop into that. Tell me a little bit about your company first.
Yeah, so the company right now is called Freshline Skis. Basically, if I had to break it down into like a really simple business value proposition to use business lingo, basically I want to offer access, unlimited season-long access to a wide variety of skis throughout the season. So the idea is that when you have different snow conditions, there's a good chance you're going to want to ski on a different type of ski, because they're all constructed with different technologies and capabilities and feedback. So some skis will have a wider waist and rise in the tips early and rear so that it floats better on powder, and you get a much more playful feel on a powder day when we get a beautiful 12, 15 inches dumps, versus maybe a few weeks go by and we're not getting a lot of snow. The runs could be perfectly groomed, like nice hard pack groomers. You're probably not going to want to ski on those fat, high raised tip skis, because it's not going to allow that same feel. You can't get on your edges as easy because it's a much wider ski. And this would allow someone to, on one day, ski on the fat skis and have a great time, and on another day ski on these skinnier skis and have a great time, without having to accumulate the cost of owning a lot of skis, because it is a expensive industry. It's an expensive product.
I'm personally still collecting hiking gear, and I haven't quite advanced to my ski gear yet. That's an investment. I'll probably start buying that right after ski season.
That's if you're looking to buy, from my experience, that's not a terrible time. But I'm hoping to kind of change, alleviate that pain, just change the way that people are. Change the way people view the skiing industry and like the product of skis itself. Right now people, I think of it as like a toy. It's a fun toy, and it would be fun to own a lot of pairs. But if I could have access to 20 pairs, 20 different styles and pairs at a much lower cost than accumulating and purchasing, then yeah, definitely I think it's
perfect.
It's a cool idea.
So, of course, today there's like so many colors and there's so many taglines and there's so many phrases, and what do you have in mind? What's going to capture the audience? How do we know it's you? What is your phrase or your slogan?
Yeah, I don't really have a logo yet. You were mentioning like colors and stuff, and I think that will definitely be an important part. But still a little bit more to figure out before deciding on the logo. The tagline for this service, this idea actually is, I came up with myself a few weeks ago. It's powder, piste, or park. It's your choice. And basically it's short, it's sweet. You have 3 words that start with P, so you have the, I forget what that's called. But
I can see a logo forming in my head already.
You can see the logo. I might have to hire you on afterwards.
All right.
I'll bring you on, fire the other guy, and then we'll be all good. But it was short, it was sweet, and I feel like it really defined what I'm offering to the customer. It's like, you get to choose whether you want to ski on a powder ski, a piste ski, which is groomers, hard pack, snow, or if you wanted to go for a park ski and you wanted to play around hitting rails and jumps and etc. Because depending on what you wanted to do that day, even, like I mentioned earlier, it's crucial to have a ski that is designed for that specific style of skiing.
So this idea, I imagine it came from somewhere. Were you sitting on top of a hill and you had an inspiration? Were you skiing on a certain type of snow and you didn't have the right skis? Like, where did this come from? Did you see somebody that was talking about something?
Yeah, and that's where this idea came from, was like, I want to own all the skis, if I'm being honest. Like, as a selfish human, it's one of my favorite activities.
It's like Pokemon. You just
if that's your passion, man, if you're into Pokemon, then yes, it's exactly like Pokemon. But, yeah, it's like that, where you have to have all the different cards, all the different characters, all the different collectibles and versions of the same
Accessories.
character. A new model comes out and has a new top sheet on it with a little bit
Gotta
different
have it.
ski technology. I want it, you know.
How,
And so-
so my question is, what type of research did you do? How do you know that your market is going to be, you know, like, why this service? Does that make sense? I imagine
Yeah.
you did a fair amount of research, because there's lots of ideas that come out and they fail. They fall flat on their face. That's just the nature of business and the, you know, the way that the world is working. But what did you do that you know that, yes, your target audience is going to get this?
Yeah, so as far as research goes, I started with looking more at the external environments, just to make sure the health of the industry as a whole has a good outlook and isn't projected to fail or decline unnecessarily in the near future. You know, just making sure it is a good industry to go into. So I me and my team performed some PESTLE analysis, which is an acronym that stands for basically going through the political, economical, social, technological, environmental, and legal factors that could impact your business and the market that your business works in.
Back when I was in school, it was just SWOT analysis. I'm happy that they're trying to incorporate the whole alphabet into it.
Yeah, I mean they used E twice. They missed a lot of letters, but you are right. They're trying to create some new tools to outline how to conduct market research and really validate your ideas and make sure that you're going forward and it's worth funding and not, you know, like I hear a lot of people say it's better to fail early. That's a success in its own way. So you know, it's very important to conduct this market research. Like I was saying, I did also do SWOT. I did do a PESTLE, but I did also do SWOT to look at opportunities and threats for the external environment specifically, and then potential strengths and weaknesses that my team has and this business has specifically on a more internal level.
Would you care to elaborate on that?
Yeah, definitely. I'll go through some of the PESTLE points that I thought were the most important for my business. Right off the bat, the biggest one is probably going to fall under the environmental.
The other E.
The other E, yes. They're getting me confused now. The other E, environmental, because of global warming and climate change and all of those factors that we're dealing with currently. Snow, weather patterns are changing. So some years we don't get as much snow in Colorado, but when that happens, a lot of times they will get more snow south of us because of the change in the jet stream down in Taos, or vice versa. It can see more snow up north if it's an El Nino versus La Nina year, as well as possible changes in snow conditions in other areas of the world, whether it be the East Coast or over in Japan or Australia. And I think this could have both a negative and positive benefit to my business. The negative obviously being, as it gets warmer, if there's less and less snow, then the skiing industry might shrink.
And then, of course, I would naturally want to ask is how would this service fit the market you're aiming for, and how could you expand on this?
Yeah, definitely. So after doing the little bit more of a external research and conducting the PESTLE and SWOT and realizing that yes, the ski industry should be safe for the next 15 to 20 years. Yes, there are trends for people to be renting more equipment in general compared to purchasing it and owning it outright. And I went in, after establishing that, I did some not secondary research, but primary research, interviews and surveys, specifically speaking with the people I assumed were in my target market, to really nail down and define exactly what they're looking for from this service, what features are the most important, how much are they willing to pay, how do they want the service offered? Do they want this as its own standalone business? Do they want it as an add-on to the passes that they're already purchasing because they're planning to ski at least 10 days? Or was it something else, you know?
Mhm. So when you're going through this, I imagine you're learning a lot of stuff. That's the whole point of doing the analysis and collecting the data. What type of things did you have to change? Because I imagine there's an idea that sparks in your head. This is a service I want to provide, but then you have to make it to reality. It has to be realistic and it has to service the people. Because at the end of the day, profit, you want to help, but if there's no profit, then the service dies. So after doing this research, what did you have to change? Did you have to tweak to get it more directed to where you wanted to go?
Yeah, so initially I was really wanting this to be like a standalone business, like a business that I started by myself and was able to offer this solution to skiers from me personally. But I quickly realized from speaking with some of my customers and the feedback that I got from my survey that it's much more likely that people would be interested in an idea like this if it's an add-on to the season passes that they're already purchasing.
Right.
And being able to partner with someone like Vail, who offers the Epic Pass and has a lot of locations in Colorado, could really help me to cut down on the costs that would be associated if I was trying to start this business on my own, without pairing with someone who's already established in the industry, just because it would require me to purchase a lot of different new skis, and that's a big cost to myself, as well as some other factors. So pretty quickly I decided that it was going to need to be paired up with a pass offer or a current existing ski rental equipment company to get the most success for my money out of this idea for this business.
Right. And there's a clear passion for skiing there. A question that you have is, let's go way back. Remember when you were kids and your parents would buy you that toy and you had to get the shapes into like a circle, had to go in a circle, a triangle.
Yeah.
Let's talk about those two parts from a marketing perspective. You have your target audience.
Mm-hmm.
You have your service. Explain the shape, explain the service, how you got that to fit together. To recap that whole thing there so it's clear.
To realize who my target market was, realize that there was a market. I then had those specific questions about how they want the service offered, whether they want it from the pass or not, really helped to shape the product item, as in your analogy, into more of a circle so that it would actually fit with the circle I created from doing the market research and figuring out who my target market actually was. So, figuring out that they want it offered from the pass offer was a big deal, and it made a big change.
So for the audience, run the name of your company again, the name of your product, your service that you're going to be providing. So
it's Freshline Skis. Look for that to potentially change if we do end up partnering with a ski pass holder or partner with a current ski rental membership. But the service that we're offering right now is the ski rental membership. So it is a season-long membership that allows you unlimited access to our entire selection of skis from
what were our 3 Ps again?
powder, piste, and park.
It's your choice.
It's your choice. I'll see you out there, guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Marion.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.